A Florida appeals court has reinstated a new and controversial congressional map backed by Governor Ron DeSantis. The governor calls the redistricting race neutral. The map targets North Florida's 5th congressional district, which was drawn up to help elect a black member of Congress. Nearly half of the residents in the district are African American. Last week, a circuit judge struck down the plan, saying it, quote, diminishes African Americans' ability to elect the representatives of their choice. Governor DeSantis says the old map amounts to racial gerrymandering and violates the Equal Protection Clause of the U.S. Constitution. The latest court decision puts the governor's new map in place, at least for now. To talk more about this, I'd like to bring in Florida political reporter and analyst for the Tampa Bay Times, William March. Hello, William. So redistricting had to happen following the census. What can you tell us about the new redistricting maps? And what does Governor DeSantis have to gain by redrawing this particular congressional district?
Well, I think Governor DeSantis is attempting to be a hero to the conservative base on the issue of redistricting. Redistricting nationwide is getting more attention this year, and conservatives are we're calling for a map that helps Florida elect more Republican Congress members.
So why did the appeals court reverse the earlier decision to block redistricting?
The appeals court essentially said it's too close to the election to try to create and enact a new map. It would cause too much confusion for voters and candidates.
Governor DeSantis argues that the district lines that were originally passed by the legislature was racial gerrymandering and violated the Equal Protection Clause of the U.S. Constitution. Help us understand the arguments that the two sides are making.
Well, Florida has a constitutional amendment of its own that prohibits diminishing the ability of minorities to elect a representative of their choice. But Governor DeSantis says that congressional districts that are not minority dominated, that are minority access districts that don't have a majority of minorities, says that they violate the Constitution, and he's referring to recent U.S. Supreme Court decisions that weakened the National Voting Rights Act.
So right now, it seems like the governor's map is the one that's going to be used, at least until the Supreme Court of Florida weighs in. What do these new district lines mean for the state's current congressional representation in the upcoming midterms?
Florida already, if you compare the number of Congress members of each party with the number of voters, Florida already has a disproportionate number of Republicans. Governor DeSantis' map will increase that disproportion. Florida has roughly similar numbers of Republicans and Democrats, and yet 60% of our Congress members, 16 out of 27, are Republicans. This map could result in as many as 20 Republicans to 8 Democrats. Again, even though the state has roughly equal numbers of Republican and Democratic voters.
Gets to the point about how important these lines really are. So ultimately, William, it looks like this is going to be decided by Florida's Supreme Court. So what are the next steps? And do we have a sense of how the higher court may rule?
Well, for one thing, Lana, it's first place, it's likely to take years. We'll go through certainly this midterm election and quite likely one or more future elections. This has happened before. After the last redistricting, it took until the third election after the redistricting for the court to settle the map. Now, the problem with those who are suing, who want to overturn Governor DeSantis' map, is that so far in his term, he's been able to appoint 3 new Supreme Court justices, all of them very conservative. So the court is far less likely than it used to be, most believe, to overturn a map passed by a Republican legislature.
All right. William March, thank you.